Amandla! Long live EFF, long live! Long live EFF Students Command, long live! Amandla! Away, to! Long live Julius S, Malema, long live! Amandla! Thank you very much, comrades. Hi, morale. Hi, discipline. All of you are going to get T-shirts, comrades. We are going to get T-shirts. We must not be impatient. Amandla. Thank you very much, comrades. My name is Peter Gates. I'm the president of the EFF Students Command. And my duty today is very simple. I'm going to be running this program here swiftly so until we conclude. All of us who do not have T-shirts, you are going to get T-shirts. And by the way, we are not contesting because you are going to get a T-shirt. We contest because we provide for the poor of the poorest. We always assist students who are needy everywhere we exist. So, comrades, our program, I will start by introducing the chairperson of the branch, who will then introduce the presidential candidate of the SRC here at VUT. By the way, we have already won here. It is just a matter of rubber stamping. So he will be introducing the president, and then we'll take it from there. Chairperson of the branch. Amandla. 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 Amandla.
Thank you. I'm Igwe.
Amandla.
Long live Julius Malema, long live. Forward with African unity, forward. Long live to the undying spirit of Thomas Sankara, long live. Comrades. We are uncontested. It's only the EFF Student Command that submitted the list of its candidates. They've given up even before we go to the ballot. So you should know that this campus is ours. It will remain ours up until they say they will leave power when Jesus Christ comes. But in 2015, Jesus came in VUT in the person of the commander-in-chief. After speaking, we won this election 100%. Thank you. So, my duty is simple. Let me introduce to you our presidential candidate. He is uncontested. They are scared, all of them are scared to contest against him. He came in VUT in 2016. He's doing his final year in logistics. And next year he's going to graduate as your president. So comrade, let me introduce to you our president, Elisha Morales. Don't leave your first third command, don't leave. Don't leave your first third command, don't leave. Pata fundi pata. Pata fundi pata. Run Sasko run. Run Sasko run. Thank you very much, comrades. As EFF-led SRC, we have proven beyond reasonable doubt that we provide superior logic, We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that our services are undoubted. That is the reason why the students today are happy and are ready to vote for the EFF Student Command on the ballot paper. But unfortunately, we are uncontested because not even the enemies guts to contest us because of the works that we have provided throughout the year. I want to remind you that the EFF-led SRC in all institutions of higher learning, we are the first one to allow the walk-ins when Jacob Zuma introduced that redundant free education, that up until today we have NSFAS students that are outside the system, NSFAS beneficiaries that still today they are not funded by the NSFAS because of the rhetoric free education that was introduced that do not cover everyone. It is the EFF-led SRC that has ensured that we have increased intake capacity from 17,000 to 21,000 because we have introduced free registration for all of you. Even those that have dropped out, today they are back in the city. Some of them they have graduated. It is the EFF-led SRC that has ensured that hunger, it is not realized in our time because we introduce meal per exam so that students that write the exam, at least they have something to cover their stomach. It is the EFF Student Command-led SRC that has ensured that we give sanitary towels to our vulnerable ladies so that they do not feel ashamed of themselves. It is the EFF-led SRC that has ensured in all institutions we are the only institution that give food allowance that is more than 1,800 in all institutions in South Africa. We are giving you 1,800 in all institutions. It is the EFF-led SRC that has ensured that we have increased accommodation capacity from 4,000 to 8,300 within a 12-month space. All the students today are happy because they have a place to sleep. We have increased that and we will continue to do that because we understand the struggle of a poor black child. As I conclude, let us support the EFF Student Command because we are not going to vote. The enemy has surrendered because they could not stand the Red Sea. So I'm not here to speak to you or to speak to your conscience to go and vote for the EFF because the enemy already has surrendered. Amanda! Thank you. Amanda! Hotelela ni vutelela numale muguti sasko yasiko. Highway Jojo. Tenga maeza. Hotelela ni wo. Umale muguti yasiko. Highway Jojo. Tenga maeza. Wamazue ukamugeza nzupepe lupepe wamazue ukamugeza nzupepe lupepe Hotelela ni wo Malema Highway Jojo Amanda one province 1 million votes 1 province 1 million votes. Long live the 7 cardinal pillars of the EFF. Long live. Long live the 7 cardinal pillars of the EFF. Long live. Mandla. No, thank you very much. Now I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome the chairperson of Gauteng EFF, our very own Bokoto, Commissar Mandisa Mashego.
Amanda! Forward, EFF students, come on forward! Forward to victory! Tomorrow forward. I have a very quick task. I must introduce the new leadership of the EFF in Gauteng because we don't lead on our own. I'll introduce the treasurer of the province, Fighter Kitinki Mazwi. After him, it's the deputy secretary of the province, Fighter Kupelo Holo. And then it's the deputy chairperson of the province, Fighter Itani Mukwebo. And then of course, we have the provincial secretary, Commissar Mushe. This is the leadership of the EFF. They'll just greet you and then we'll let you continue with your program. Amanda.
Viva Student Command, viva! Zitibela Student Command, Zitibela! Amanda!
Viva EFF Student Command, viva! Viva EFF Student Command, viva! Amanda! Away, two!
Run, South Korea, run! Run, South Korea, run! Amanda! Away, two!
Matimba! Awaina! Manda! Ashu! Long live the student command! Long live! Long live the commander-in-chief! Long live! Zitatile, Viti, Zitatile! Thank you very much.
Thank you, students. Continue with your program. President of Students Command, thank you for the introduction. Amanda!
Mandla! No, thank you very much. Now I'm going to call on stage, of course, the national spokesperson of the EFF, the doctor of the people, Commissar Buseli. Amanda! Before I go any further, DJ, give us sound, man. Don't sabotage us like this. I want to introduce you, or to you, a revolutionary artist, to come and say a few words in the way that he knows best. A fire eater, a danger eater. Give it up for Ringo Mahingozi! Ikulile EFF, ikulile! Ikulile EFF, ikulile! Yo! Ndakulibala nanina uyonhlal'uhlele engqondweni oh uyinto yonke kunakum efayitha uphinde ngeke ndakulibala nanina oh uyonhlal'uhlele engqondweni uyayazi uyinto yonke hey chile tananana chile tananana my cool EFF, my cool. Not only EFF is going to lead in higher learning institutions, but in South Africa, but now President here to come. Aha! Give it up for Ringo! Thank you very much, we are here amongst other things and very most importantly for the message as we go towards the SRC elections. Let me see the hands of all those that are going to vote EFF tomorrow. Amanda! Viva the EFF Students Command, viva! And so without any further ado, allow me to introduce to you the incoming president of South Africa. The Commander-in-Chief, Julius S. Malema.
Amanda! I will EFF, I will. Tata EFF Tata. Tata EFF Tata. Run Sasko, run. Run ANC, run. Run DA, run. Ayasaba Magwala. Aye. Ayasaba Magwala. Ayo. Autobolem Rembe. Autobolem Rembe. Thank you very much. Our spokesperson, leaders of the province, leaders of the region, our branch, student command president, and our presidential candidate. I did not come here to campaign for the EFF because the EFF here, throughout the term of office in the SRC, they were campaigning through action. So we do not have to waste time convincing each other about obvious things, because you, the young ones, can read and write, and you can they mean you are black and therefore you can't think. Many, including some scatterbrains, are saying the EFF survives because of the illiterate youth. But they do not know that you do not find the illiterate youth in institutions of higher learning. There you find the young intelligentsia, because these institutions, that's where we produce the best of the best. They say all types of insult because they cannot falter the arguments that are presented by the EFF. And in the absence of an alternative perspective, you surrender and start howling insults. They cannot insult the stance of the EFF on free education, for instance. When we said education will be free, when our leaders led from the front and said fees must fall, they said we were agents of the CIA. They said we are used by Western powers and imperialism to destabilize the country. They said that we are not genuine in the demand of free education. Where will the money come from? That was their argument. And we said to them, the money is there. Politicians are eating the money. If you redirect the money to students, you'll realize free education. They announced free education. They thought they were bluffing and said in December, after registration is closed, that next year there will be free education. We said you must go walk in and go and register, because they thought they were playing games. When we said you must go walk in and register, they said Malema is calling for a stampede. He is being irresponsible. Thousands are going to die. Not a single person died. 100,000 students were registered for free after the EFF insisted that the gates must be opened for those who seek education, because the EFF wants to close the gates of Shebins and Nyaupe and open the gates of education, because it is through education that a sustainable economic freedom will be realized. Illiteracy is a threat to democracy, because those who cannot read and write, they can easily be manipulated or bored because they do not think. So we are saying the youth must be educated. Now we're saying to these people, in-source the workers in all institutions of higher learning. And you think we are fighting the battles of workers, yet we are students. No, we are fighting the battles of students, because those workers are parents of children who can access education. Because it's not enough to provide free education. No one will learn with an empty stomach. No one will learn decisively if the environment is not conducive at home for a student. Sometimes you are encouraged to drop out and go and look for jobs so that you can feed your families. So when we say in-source the workers, it means their children will have access to education for free, the same way as the children of the lecturers. Because there is no difference between a cleaner and a lecturer. They are both workers. They sell their labor for survival. So why should lecturers be treated differently from other workers? We said these workers, if a lecturer has got a medical aid, they too must have a medical aid. If a lecturer has got a pension fund, they too must have a pension fund. They too must be entitled to leave and all benefits of workers. We are achieving that. Many institutions are beginning to in-source the workers. Many municipalities where the EFF has got influence were now in-sourcing the workers. In Johannesburg alone, we have in-sourced more than 4,500 security guards who were earning less than 3,000 a month. Now they are earning 7,500 plus all the benefits that are given to the workers. So we mean business. Don't judge us on the basis of your own space. Look at issues in totality. When we say we need the land, we don't want the land to collapse agriculture. We want the land because we want to multiply agriculture. If you are a DJ and you want to DJ, you don't want to do issues of agriculture, why should we give you a land? Continue playing music. Play music. There's absolutely no problem. Because if your interest is in making music, we give you agricultural land. That land will not be used for a rightful purpose. So when we say we need land for our people, we mean those who have interest in using that land for production and not for idling. When we say we need land from white people, it is not racism. They ought to give an account of how many hectares do you own as an individual. And when you say 700, how many of 700 are you using productively? And if you are using 200, and we can confirm that, you shall keep 200. Let the 500 go to others who will use the 500 for production. So you must tell me, how is that disrupting the economy? Because 200
hectares are used for production. 500 is not being used for production. We keep your production. We now are going to use the remaining 500 for production. And some intellectual wants to claim that that will be a collapse of the economy. Some fool was saying, if a white person owns a house with 8 bedrooms, we will divide the house and give the other portion to the people of Alexander. That is a non-thinker. But by Alexander Banyagangan to Jamahua, but we take the land and we say to the Alexander people, here it's a land. Those who qualify to get a piece of land for residential purposes, you shall build here, next to this 8-bedroom. Not in the 8-bedroom. Let the 8-bedroom continue to be 8-bedroom. We have no problem, but we shall be neighbors. You like it or not, we are sharing the land. Tell me, how is that threatening the white people's property? They don't want us next to them because they regard us as subhuman. That's why they don't listen to the logic of the EFF when we speak the land. It is hatred, because any black person next to white people, you are threatening privilege. What is privilege of white people? Why do you want to stay where they stay? We want to stay there because privilege has given them reliable water. Privilege has given them reliable electricity. Privilege has given them tar roads. Privilege has given them to be closer to the factories and the shops where we work. Our parents spend more money on transport. But if they come closer to where they work, they are going to save that money they were spending on transport. And that money will go into feeding you so that you remain focused at school. We need that. So don't say, I don't need the land, I don't want to be in agriculture or anything of that sort. You need the land. Even if you don't need the land personally, more production, meaning more food, will make food cheap. More food will make food cheap, because what the current producers of food do, they produce more food and then release less, so that they can dictate the price of food. Even if there is enough meal to feed all of us, they just make deliberate scarcity of meal so that they can control the price, and all of us cannot afford. So we need more production so that we can force the dropping of the price of food. All of us need that. So fighters, the land is dignity, the land is who you are. The land is where your umbilical cord is buried. So the burial of the umbilical cord is the creationship of a relationship between you and the land. It is the same relationship you have with your mother. It is through the umbilical cord. The land is your mother. You are connected to it. Without it, you are nothing. That's why when we ask you, when you introduce yourself and say, my name is Julius Malema, the second question will be, where do you come from? We want to locate you to a portion of the land. So how it was Shiu? Shiu is just a name for direction purposes. But you are telling us that my umbilical cord is buried at this portion of the land. That's who we are. So we don't want this nonsense of title deeds. They say people must get title deeds, because without title deeds you can't get finance. It's an absolute rubbish. Let's go to Mall of Africa. Those who know Mall of Africa in Midrand. That Mall of Africa is built on a land owned by the Indian family. The houses you see next to the Mall of Africa, that land is owned by the Indian family. When you buy a stand there, you are not given a title deed. You are given a long lease, 99 years lease. Even when you don't have a title deed of that land at Mall of Africa, the bank still finances you to build a house on a land you don't have a title deed. So why will they do it there on a land that is owned by individual Indian family, and not do it on a land that is owned by the state, leased to you? The DA says you must get the title deeds, because now they want to steal the land legitimately. They know we are poor. They know our immediate demand is food. We want to feed our children. We can't eat land. So they give you the land and they give you the title deed. Before you know it, in the morning, a white man walks into your house with a bag full of money and say, sell the land to me. You look at a piece of paper and you look at the small pieces of paper in the bag. Last night the children did not sleep. They were crying. You just received a call. The one at the university wants to drop out. You look at the paper and you look at the bag, and you shall choose Chelete. Because what they will do to you, before we know it, we will all be back in the same situation we were before we got the land. Why? We want to eat now, we cannot eat in the future. So the EFF says, you give them the lease, a long lease, so that they can start bonding with the land. They can start falling in love with the land. They must have that sense of ownership of the land. Once they've developed that, and now, once they've realized that they can actually use this land to feed themselves, you can now start talking about the title deeds, if it's a must. But you must first be in love. Take time to know her. Take time to know your land. What can my land do for me? Because if you don't know this land, you will easily dispose it. You ought to fall in love with the land. In China, by the way, no one owns the land. In Mozambique, yeah, no one owns the land. Yet, the same companies that are threatening us, that if we take the land, they will go and invest somewhere else. They did not leave China. If you want to talk, what? Anglo-American, they've got business relationship with China. Exaro, they've got some relationship with China. These whites who are threatening to leave us here, they are now going into Mozambique where they will not own the land. So why will they leave South Africa because they do not own the land and go somewhere where they will still not own? They will never do that. Stop listening to empty threats. You must have a conviction. You must take a position. Believe in the position. Be militant and radical in the articulation of that position. Don't be easily moved by empty threats. This are the same people who said in 1994, Mandela cannot be a president, we cannot be led by a prisoner, he has never been in government. If Mandela becomes a president, we will leave the country. They are still here. Okay, they left Zimbabwe after the land. They didn't leave Zimbabwe because the land was taken from them. They left Zimbabwe because there was blood. White people hate seeing the blood of white people. So they left. So what happened? When they left Zimbabwe, why didn't they go to Europe? Why? They tell you what, we'll leave to where? Because even when you left Zimbabwe, you didn't go to Europe. Why? The rich white person in South Africa is a poor white person in Europe. Their money accounts to nothing in a dollar, pound, euro currency. That's why when they say Patrice Motsepe is a billionaire, you ought to ask the question, the rand billionaire or the dollar billionaire? Let's celebrate a little celebrate a little dollar just Zimbabwe, the millionaire just dollar just Zimbabwe. You ought to ask a question. Where do you come in there? Patrice is a billionaire in South Africa and a millionaire in Europe. So they will never go there. Life is expensive in Europe. They don't have cleaners in Europe. They know their rights. They demand a lot of money to clean. If you go to London, in all the toilets, the cleaning staff are African brothers. So they will never go there because they are so used to people cleaning after them. They will not go there. Why? The privilege will disappear. They did not leave Zimbabwe, by the way. They are here next door. But their head is like, how are things there? Is Mugabe still there? If Mugabe goes, we'll come back to invest. If Zimbabwe is so bad, why do you want to go back? They cannot go because where they come from, there is no platinum. The world platinum, 80% of it is found in Zimbabwe and South Africa combined. The remaining 20%, majority of it is in Russia. Adale Putin. So, you ought to know what you want. Once you know what you want, you must remain like that. You must not do these things of becoming an amoeba. Amoeba is a shapeless thing. Today they say go there, you go there. Why are you going there? Come here, you go there. No. Remain focused. Fight for what is right for black people. The black people want their dignity restored back. That's why free education. Why would you fight people who are saying people must get free education? They are not asking for free alcohol. They are asking for free education. When Malema says to them, go and register, it's now free, they fight a person who says, go to school. Malema is going to kill these people. If you kill a bola, kabagala tutu ekwan. Lebola igi tutu ena lor lebola igi nyaupe. Bola yangi tutu. So they must say, Malema says they must go there, therefore they are going to die. Then Malema must change. Don't go, don't go. No, you must never be like that. The EFF today is under attack from all corners. Why? Because the EFF represent the truth and nothing else. And they can't fall tight. They have to find every small thing. 2 billion disappears in VBS. 2 billion. Majority, the whole of 2 billion was taken into VBS by ANC municipalities. Floyd Sibambo's brother gets 16 million from Vaal, which is a majority shareholder in VBS. Today, if you close your eyes, when they say VBS 2 billion is stolen, you only see Shibambo's image. You are not told where is the rest. Let's say he has taken 16 million. Where is the rest of the other billion plus? The ANC put the money in VBS. When they put money in VBS, they get 10% in return to finance an ANC election campaign. Now that they found a surname of Shibambo, it must be shifted to that side. Why? They removed a darling of capital called Ntlantlanen. When everybody powerful in South Africa said Ntlantlanen will not go anywhere, we just said, we have pronounced, you will see. He left, they never believed it. Because Ntlantlanen stay in that position would have unleashed more bad things for them, and they know. Plate in Zimande is next. He must go to Zondo Commission. And when he arrives at Zondo Commission, he must tell nothing else but the truth. If he dare lies, we shall release. He must release himself. And he must release the information truthfully. You can say what you are saying about us, don't worry. Renarima security as South Africa. Relegated country. A relegated country. They can insult us anyhow they so wish, we don't care. They can make all types of accusation against us, we don't care. We know where we are going. This country will never go out of direction for as long as the EFF is still here. I was told about Zuma Watlam. The intellectual. Una tlolo opelela mo fela ke ntwa itse bang o opela ke be ke nyaka mo krea mo ke kwa rallying ya Sasko ke vite ke mo shupi ka monwana ke wa thoma wa bona release tsenyana wa thoma asanga ka bona mogala bo moso wa ana pension motho tsantju ba raloka le bana kwa o regile di kgoka tšhelete rena o regile di kgomo a tsamaye a yo nako o sa jika di university ba re o fa lecture o ka fa lecture o sa nka wa kry-a lecture wena a sa nka wa kry-a lecture all his life. How does he give children lecture? So we must not make a mistake. Vote for Sasko is vote for Zuma. They are in bed with that illiterate. We want education to be fashionable. And we lead by example. I've got my exam on Wednesday. So we lead by example. Riaskolo, we must go to school. Le Baba Tlo leading SRC, they must pass. They must lead by example. We don't want this thing that people become permanent residents in this university. Utimadi residence ka ofela. Una li 7 years and now. Utomile ka rese atwa kamo akena kamo. Hey, you are occupying a chair that must be occupied by a young person with potential. Uchofeji, admit with a night cross or something. Ijwa, and create space. Don't be like these SASCO things that are permanent residents. They don't pass, they enjoy SRC budget. After every freshers bash, a person who can really TV. Every freshers bash, you've got a new Cavell. Hey, we're not presidential candidate. We know your shoes. When you are elected president of the SRC, you shall stay in the same race you stayed before you became a president. Not these things of a president of an SRC who's doing second year, staying with master's students in some nice race, or staying in Nkanda. Stay where we elected you. Because why? It is the students of that resident who went out convincing us to vote for you, because they know that you are staying with them, you will know their problems. Don't make management your friends. You want favors with VC. You want to be liked by management, as if you are not a human being when you are not liked by management. Please remain who you are. Don't demand to sit or eat in the VC's room. Don't call security companies and cleaning companies asking for bribes and telling them you will give them this, you will give them that. Once you do that, you must know that you have entered a class of corruption. You shall graduate. And therefore, when you graduate and we put you in government of the EFF, people will not be shocked when you steal, because they saw you during your school days that you were a good student of corruption. Don't corrupt yourself at an early age. Respect the resources of the student. Yes, you must do best. Pela mo ka bora plegim. Mo ay boram pedi bugaje na lotsena. So usante from time to time le ring chenya na mo di buke mo rebetege mo ya mo. Quickly and then come back. But let us not spend millions on bashes. No. We must spend millions on poor children. Now they are starting exam on the 6th. Let us establish a kitchen soup where those who are hungry will go and be served some meal before they go to ride. From where? From the budget of entertainment. We must do that. Let us not spend money on entertainment. Let us spend money on what we are here for. Students may hate us for that, but those who are poor and those who sleep hungry will appreciate a meal. Tito Mboweni announces that he will give poor students sanitary pads in the high schools. And I say to Tito, we don't clap hands because we have started that long time ago. We have started that long. Everywhere where the EFF leads the SRC, we provide sanitary pads to poor students. So it's not good news for us. But I'm not shocked, Tito, because all you do is to follow us. Because we are leading. The EFF leads, the ANC follows. So we need to do that. We need to identify the poorer students who are not surviving because of their conditions, raise money and support them without calling them on stage. Don't call the poor on stage and parade them, you are killing their confidence. They must be addressed quietly, nicely. And in addressing their plight, don't tell them to vote for the EFF. They must receive the meal, the help from the EFF genuinely. And if they decide to vote for SASCO, it's still right. You don't stop the meal because they are voting for SASCO. That is not a genuine help, it's a blackmail. We must never do that. We must help people irrespective of the political party they come from. I built a house there with the EFF in KZN in Nkandla in 2013. And then they announced that the woman who received the house is going to vote for the ANC. So I said, so what? I was not helping an EFF voter. I was helping a poor woman who stays next to the President of the Republic of South Africa. The President passes that house every day and he sees nothing wrong. And if she wants to vote for the ANC, it's her democratic right, and I will protect it. A better politician is the one that protects those who disagree with him and say, you have a right to disagree with me, and I shall protect that right. Let us help our children not only with material. Those who are struggling academically should feel free to approach the leadership of the EFF in SRC and say, I need an advice. Those who are depressed, those who think of committing suicide, should see the office of the EFF as a counseling office. That if I go into that office, when I leave, I shall leave a better person. We don't want leaders who, when students visit them, when they leave, they are more depressed. Why? Because you ask them for sex. When they come there, they say, I don't have airtime, I want to call home, I don't feel okay, I want to talk to my parents, can I use the phone? Yes, the phone. When she finishes using the phone, you ask her, where do you stay? What's your room number? Can I get your phone? You must know that you are a pervert. You are not different from Jacob Zuma. You help in exchange for other things. Mo EFF mo arinyage di shumane mo. Arinyage batho ba o swagano. O kera o use the t-shirt ja EFF. O free aga di t-shirt. No. No so ke polelle that. Don't use your proximity to power to now manipulate the poor. They come to you for help. They are not offering themselves. The leadership of the EFF must respect women, because women are the most oppressed people in a capitalist society, especially African women. They are triple oppressed. They are oppressed because they are black. They are oppressed because they are women. They are oppressed because they are working class. So when you see them, you must immediately support them, because you know what our women are going through. We cannot have sex leaders leading in offices that have to do with people. If you are this strong and you are like these ones who are doing videos and you feel very strong about yourself, you are in a wrong office. SRC office is not a sex office.
You want to do those things of sex? The grant. There is a strip show, strip clubs. You can go and display your talent there. Not in the SRC office. We don't beat up women, neither do we beat up anyone. We don't beat up women, we don't beat up anyone. It doesn't mean we are cowards. We are not scared of anything, but we don't go around looking for fights. We win our arguments through the power of persuasion, not through intimidation and violence. Because there is no one who's got a monopoly of violence. You may think you are strong, you may be even strong, but you may lack tactics and you shall be defeated. So don't get involved in those things of violence. Let us create this campus a violence-free campus where everyone else wins a battle through the power of persuasion, not violence. We are not scared. We will never be scared because we are dead already. We have no life. Black people have got no life. Children of domestic workers have got no life. There is no life in poverty. So why would you be scared? We are dead already. We don't even know how we arrived where we are. Because the way we grew up in violent societies, in the shacks, without food, without anything, we thought one day we'll wake up dead. We have seen death before, and therefore we are not scared. You will never scare a child of a domestic worker. Neither can you scare a child of a farm worker or a security guard or a cleaner. We have seen worse things. We're not scared. We're not scared to defend this country with our lives. We're not scared of anything that is coming our way. For because we know we've got two things to achieve. It's either death or victory. We ought to fight. And in fighting for total liberation, we must never be scared. We are not scared because we are black. Why should we be scared? Do whatever you want to do to us. We shall not be shaken. Fighters, let us not be easily shaken by newspapers, by analysts. You are told by your enemy how you must live your life. You are told by Peter Bruce. You are told by all white senior journalists how you must deal with your EFF leaders. How can you take an advice from your enemy? Or no, hey, our people are saying one to which people are you talking about? They even line up people to call radio stations, telling them they will no longer vote for the EFF. When I listen to radio stations and so many people saying they will no longer vote for the EFF, I'm like, if all of these people voted for the EFF, for sure would have won elections. These ones never voted for us. You cannot listen to the enemy. The enemy is shaken. The enemy is very scared. That's why they are coming after the leadership of the EFF. I tell the fighters all the time, you have not seen anything. They are going to come very hard. They will shake you. They will intimidate you. You will be scared. They will never do that with me. I defeated them before. I will defeat them again. I'm not scared of them. I want them to double the fire. They are doing nothing. They are playing games. I'm ready for them. I will be ready for them tomorrow and forever. I'm not scared of them. I will never be told by the enemy agents how we should conduct the revolution. No one tells us
what we must do. No one will kill the EFF. Only the EFF can kill itself. The EFF was not made by the media. The EFF was not made by the ANC. We are not a breakaway from the ANC. Many people in the EFF joined politics for the first time with the EFF. Why will they be a breakaway? We are not COPE. We will never be COPE. We are not UDM. We are formed by the youth, because the youth are the revolution. The youth want change. And this change is going to come through the youth and not through some pensioners who are permanently sleeping in parliament. Now, I'm told these people did not register of the ANC to contest the elections here. And they are threatening a court action. They are threatening that they want to interdict the elections tomorrow. They must try that. They will be wasting their money, because they cannot wait until the elections to decide that they want to interdict the elections. They have to get an agent interdict. And to get an agent interdict is not like playing with yourself on a video. It's completely different. You must go and tell them that instead of going to court, they must continue to play with themselves. They must leave the court alone, because they will not win in that court. We are ready for them. Mugai Tomi is ready for them. Dalimpovu is ready for them. They shall find us at the door of the court. It's not true that they did not register because they want a different system. They did not register because they are fighting amongst themselves. They can't agree amongst themselves as to who should become what. Others called Zuma to come here. Others said there's no Zuma who's going to come here. Others called Mbalula to come here. Others said there's no Mbalula who's going to come here. And what is so interesting about these SASCO people is that they always call the illiterates to come and address, Zuma, then Mbalula. Mbalula lena skolo abakompani. Kesaleke motseba rudi a masters le London what. Ke chomi aga ke na ka mo phone la ke masters ola o takai. Ka re ha ona ntwe bitswang hore ke half masters. Mara batho ba dia masters without matric. Maybe I don't know, it's a different masters. So the ANC is highly divided. It will not give you solution because it doesn't have solution itself. It can't resolve. There are two ANC as we speak now. The one of Ramaphosa and the one of Jacob Zuma. Congolosiase Natal, led by Jacob Zuma. There are two presidents in the ANC as we speak now. Now, the ANC Integrity Committee said those people in the ANC who are implicated in VBS scandal, they must step down. But they are waiting for the approval of the NEC. If those people who are implicated are Zuma's people, that NEC, majority of them are Zuma people. Therefore, those people will not be suspended, even if Cyril wants. Now, they are raising another important issue. They say, okay, fine. You are saying those who are implicated in VBS must be suspended. But the Secretary General of the ANC is implicated in Frede farm of the Guptas where they stole the money. What about him? So they need consistency. They are having a permanent crisis. That's why you see what you see here at VUT It's a reflection of the entire leadership of the ANC countrywide. The ANC is eating itself, and it shall be destroyed like that. So you don't want to be part of a sinking ship. Why bona ya nwelela? Why now busy we shall lutu uyakae. The proper ship is sure. The red ship. So you must come inside. We want to be part of this journey with young people. This is your organization. Why? Bahujile Mandela bar Mandela. Re na re gola ka o fela. Re na ka ntho ya rena. Ya bonkgono re ibone. Re ka tsepele re phela ka ntho tsa bonkgono. Re batla ya rona. Ye fomileng ke rona. This is your organization. So tomorrow when you vote, remember the poor of the poorest. Ba kreyang di allowance. Che di increasing ki EFF. Remember the children who are not safe outside. Kenya in the residences inside. Demand more residences. You must make sure or you vote for the EFF because we want to make this place a better place. Ribonche ka VUT or even a university dominated by black people can be a center of excellence through the intervention of the EFF leadership. Tomorrow, you must know that you are here to pass and go home. The village is waiting for you. The township is waiting for you. Baba Ngata, even they are speaking bad about your mother. Urbanana, Ubanana, or Ntwela High, Itlo buying, Ibari Sali, VUT, Lo Buya Senke Boy. You must go back home. Uchori Ditavachao. Uchori Siana Marena. Uaperi Pura Pura. Utobone the whole village. Ele proud Gawen. How Nyaka Ubona village you re proud. Ubona Bafa direction Gawen. Abari. Ha Unyaka Guy? Abu Julius. How Jiga Mola when I did graduation last week in Mola. Ugabaru and now what? That's how the whole village is so proud of you. Why? Because a child of a black woman is a child of the whole village. The villages, the townships are waiting for you. You must go and change lives there. Let us not waste our vote, because if we waste our vote here, we're messing up our future. We will not have the SRC that will make the environment conducive for us to learn, pass, and go home, to make the village very proud. We are on track. Don't be shaken. Remain focused. You must not be intimidated by these ANC clowns. We have shown them here for many years now. They now know that this is our home. Before I came here, Muzwandile Masina was campaigning in VUT Ekuruleni. And then I call him, he says, hi, there are no people here of the EFF who are defeating you. And then I call. When I call, I realize, no, it's in a wrong campus. It's about 2 power king. Iyagamola main campus ro rute phela le batho. Arawa mola ke a tseba awa mo webile a ke tshi chance. Mola, all of us in the ANC have accepted or is the home of the EFF. So please don't disappoint yourself tomorrow. We need decisive victory tomorrow so that we can send a strong message for 2019. Because 2019, we are taking this power. And our Daliga power in our Awa makgowa re a tšhaba le makgowa a tseba gore re a tšhabe. That's why ba sa re rate. Ba re mara ba ke ba ba yong ba o se re tšhabe. A re ba tšhabe. Re tlo tšea power in 2019 and we shall confront them now as government. Or this is what we are going to do. It's not open for discussion. We have to empower black people, not individuals, the whole community of black people. We have done it at VUT, we have done it at VETS. VETS now has gone back to the PYA. Let's see what's going to happen. When we lost elections at VETS, it was those cleaners who were crying. It was not students. But we know what this organization has done for us. The cleaners doing door to door, telling the students how it is important to vote for the EFF. And I said to the fighters at VETS, look at the faces of these workers and be proud of yourself that you have changed the lives of the hopeless people who had given up, who never thought in their lives they will have a meal before they sleep. They cry because they appreciate the good work you have done. They are saddened by the results, not because they love you. No, they love the intervention you have made in the lives of black people. Worse, it is black women, black African mothers who cry tears at VETS. And I was not saddened. I said, for as long as we changed one life, it doesn't matter. Ours is not power. Ours is to change one life at a time. When we spoke and said Indians are exploiting our people in Durban, and I went back one day to Peter Marisburg, I met an old woman who said, after your speech, they increased my salary from 1.5 to 4.5. I said to her, this is what I want to hear. As long as I've changed one life, it doesn't matter. That should be the attitude of the EFF, not an obsession with power. The obsession must be with changing lives of poor people. That's what we want. We want to change the lives of our people. And in doing that, you are going to be howled. Insults are going to be directed to you. Because Kaspedi Bari Mueta Pele Kikhizia Masipa. How long Mueta Pele? When I saw Sak. Don't will for sure more now. You must receive because you are a leader. We don't want leaders who are crybabies. We want leaders of character, leaders who are not scared. And I know VUT has got such leaders. So tomorrow, let's give them another mandate. Let us renew their mandate because VUT is the home of the EFF. We are not going anywhere. We are here to stay. Amanda! Amanda! Hello, Magumi! Siaya! Siaya! No, Magumi! Siaya! Siaya! No, Mabesetubolas! Besishayas! Besibopas! No, Mabesetubolas! Besishayas! Besibopas! Gubi, Gubio! Siaya! Siaya! Gubi, Gubio! Siaya! Siaya! Noma besetubula, besishaya, besibopa. Noma besetubula, besishaya, besibopa. Who left, who right? You must who left, kill me. You are Tabata, Tamarmo, Asicha. Where were you when I'm crying? Where were you when I'm sitting? So fast, kitchen, so fast, kitchen, Etati, Bongelaban, Hemagit, Bongelaban, Hemagit, Sentatile, Helagit, Sentatile, Helagit, Kichi, Mama, Kichi, Mama, Sipram Kondo, Halaye, Sipram Kondo, Halaye, shoot to kill, Kilawa, shoot to kill, Yamasa, kiss, Bua, the farmer, kiss the Bua, the farmer,
So now we're gonna do some little bit of entertainment. Nyawazu Jaiva live VUT. Nyawazu Jaiva. So I've got Fifi Cooper on the line. I have Ben Mengani on the line. I've got Ndando Tuma on the line. And I've got Alaska on the line. So we're gonna start with the act of Alaska to give us a shout because they started earlier on. So Abama Javans on the lands on Mon. So on the lands on Mon. We're sorting that Alabama Talwa. Tabewa Onyaka skip.
Fighters, Barry, there are 200 t-shirts here. Now listen to me. So the way you are, you also know that. You can't get t-shirts because you're going to push each other. So tomorrow, I'm bringing more t-shirts. Before you vote, we will give you t-shirts, enough t-shirts. Well, I don't know why someone brought 200 t-shirts here. So it's not going to work. We can't promise you lies. So we'll bring t-shirts. President. So they will make a necessary arrangement to teach. We'll do the gazebo of the EFF, and then we shall give the students t-shirts, all of you tomorrow. So this one Wahemba. This guy. So let's not take him serious. It shall be delivered. I'm promising you. Thank you very much. We'll deal with that.
T-shirts are on the way. Give it up for